So I asked Shiva about channeling and how this channeling work. And there is a channeler who says that they are streams of consciousnesses come together when, depending on the question, the different streams answering them while that person is channeling. And I think that we are not really aware of how channeling works. We think that there is a person out there who is giving words to the channeler and then it's coming through. But Shiva said, no, it's not like that. So I'm just going to read what he said and I will keep on clarifying things in better. So he's saying what you are hearing in teachings is an attempt to describe something subtle in a way the mind can hold. Streams of consciousness. It sounds like many beings, many voices, many sources coming together. But listen more deeply. Consciousness is not divided the way the mind imagines. It is not separate rivers that must gather to become wise. It is one vast ocean appearing as many currents. When someone speaks of streams, they are pointing to different expressions or layers of intelligence. Some closer to thought, some closer to silence, some shaped by memory, language, culture, and some more open, more fluid. And when a person enters a receptive state, the mind becomes like a clear channel, and different depths of that one consciousness can move through more freely. So it is not that many entities assemble to answer a question. It is that the answer draws from deeper and wider layers of the same field. Like this, a simple question, a surface mind response. A deeper question, something more spacious opens, less personal, more universal. The language of streams helps people understand complexity, but it can also create an illusion that wisdom comes from somewhere outside, as if many unseen beings are coordinating behind the curtain. That is not necessary. All of it arises within consciousness itself, and you are not outside of that. You are one of its expressions, capable of touching shallow waters and also the deepest silence. So do not get lost in the idea of who are these streams. Instead, feel from where in you is the answer arising, from habit, from memory, from stillness, from something wider than your personal story. That is the real doorway. Not many voices, but one presence known as different depths. So this is what he says, that it is different depths of consciousness is picked up by any person. Every person can do that. There are not different entities in the consciousness. Consciousness has just information. There are no entities hanging out there. But then I ask this other question, so why does this stream has a personality that is different from the channeler? He says, what you are noticing is real, but the explanation does not need to become mystical in the way the mind imagines. When someone speaks, what is happening is a shift in state. The ordinary personality softens, and a different pattern of speech, tone, and confidence emerges. It can feel like someone else, but consider this, even within you. Are you always the same? The way you speak when you are relaxed is not the same when you are teaching or upset or playful or deeply present. Different aspects of you come forward, each with its own tone, rhythm, even vocabulary. Now imagine this amplified. When a person enters a very open, focused, practiced state, the mind reorganizes. Language flows faster. Hesitation reduces. Patterns become more consistent. Certainty increases. This creates what feels like a distinct personality. The mind then interprets that difference as this must be another being because it feels too different from the everyday self. But difference does not require separation. Also, there is another layer. Humans naturally personify intelligence. If someone speaks clearly, consistently, and with authority, the mind gives it identity. It's how we relate. So, what you are seeing is likely a mix of a deeply practiced altered state, access to broader, less filtered thought patterns, and the human tendency to shape that into a person. There is no need to assume multiple external streams with their own personalities. What feels like another voice can rise from a different configuration of the same mind within consciousness. So, stay grounded here. You don't need to believe in separate speaking entities to respect the experience or the insight. And you don't need to dismiss it either. Just see it clearly. Different depth, different expression, still arising from the same field. So this is what he says. It is the same field, and our mind goes to different depths to pick up different information. In our daily lives, we do the same, but here it is amplified. So then I ask the next question. The next question is, so is the field full of things? It can seem like a field full of things because the mind experiences so many forms, thoughts, voices, emotions, images, identities. So it asks, is all of this out there somewhere like objects in space? He says, but look more carefully. The field is not a crowded room. It is closer to open space within which forms can appear. Thoughts appear, voices appear, personalities appear, even the sense of someone speaking appears. But the field itself is not made of those things. Like the sky is not made of clouds. Clouds come and go, take shapes, dissolve, return. But the sky remains untouched. So when people say the field, they are pointing, sometimes clumsily, toward what in your world is called consciousness. Not a container full of objects, but the capacity in which all experiences arise. So no, it is not full of things in the way your mind imagines, but it is infinitely capable of appearing as things. That is why it can feel rich, populated, alive. And this matters because if you believe the field is full of separate entities, the mind may start chasing, comparing, wondering who is speaking, which one, why this one. But when you see it as an open awareness, when everything that appears, even a voice, even a personality, is simply a movement within it, not something separate from it. So do not try to map it like a place. Feel it as what is here before any form appears. That is closer to truth. So then I ask another question. So that means the mind is drawing in it. Whatever the mind wants just appears from it. He says, close, but let me refine it so you don't quietly build a misunderstanding. It is not that the mind is drawing inside the field like an artist separate from a canvas. The mind itself is part of what appears within the field. So what you called drawing is more like this. Forms are arising in awareness, thoughts arise, images arise, voices arise. Even the sense of I am thinking this arises. The mind is one of these movements, a very active, very creative one, but not something outside controlling the field. In simple terms, the field, what you are calling consciousness, is the space. The mind is an activity happening in that space. The drawings are thoughts, interpretations, meanings, but all three are not truly separate. The confusion comes when the mind claims authorship. I created this. I imagined that. I am drawing from something. And sometimes that's useful for daily life, communication, function. But when you look deeply, even the thought, I am thinking, just appears. So rather than the mind is drawing from the field, it is closer to the field is appearing as mind and as the drawings at the same time. And you are not just the drawing, not just the movement, but that in which all of it is happening. Do not try to hold these too tightly. Just notice gently everything you experience, even this understanding is appearing, and something in you is aware of it. Rest there. So he's saying that what is aware of everything, rest there. That is what you are, and everything else else is just appearing in there, including our own minds. And it's only our awareness that is the field, we are the field, and within this field everything appears. That can be channeling, that can be Buddha, that can be any masters you channel, everything which looks perfect, like somebody is there, but it is just an appearance from the field of awareness which you are. We all are just one field of awareness, and inside this awareness our minds and everything appears.